Hello, my name is Milo. Welcome to my rural DoorDash ride-along. I'm driving for DoorDash in Newport, Oregon, and it is a rainy Tuesday evening. It's almost 6 o'clock at night. I'm going to be out for a couple hours, give or take, doing some deliveries. Oh my gosh, seriously? That's what we're going to start with? Crispy Crunchy Chicken, $7.75 for 8.9 miles. You know, I'm not big on cherry picking. I don't think it's that great a strategy in this market, but I really don't want to start with something that bad. It's the dinner rush. I'm declining that to see if I get something better. Most dashers have a desired dollar to mile ratio when they're evaluating whether they want to take an offer. For some people it's $1 a mile, for some people it's $1.75 a mile. I don't worry about it terribly much. If I make $1 a mile, I'm happy. If I average $1 a mile, I'm happy. So like if I take a couple that are upside down, but the rest of them are really good, I'm good. But if I can make $1.50 a mile or better, I love that, but I also try to be realistic sometimes. Sometimes you take what you can get. The next offer is $5.25 for 3.2 miles from Lupita's Kitchen. I mean, it's not cream of the crop, but it is certainly an improvement. So I'm going to deliver this to, I think it's a residence in South Beach, which is the portion of town on the other side of the Yaquina Bay. So I'm going to have to go over the bridge. And there are only a couple of DoorDash merchants on that side of the bridge, so I'm most likely going to be driving back afterward, which is fine. So I dropped that order off and drove back over the bridge into Newport proper, but I decided rather than drive right to the middle of town, I'll park like right next to the bridge, because one of the hot spots on the map is just off the bridge right here. I've had a lot of slow shifts lately. I was hoping this would be better because it's evening, but it is a Tuesday evening. Well, I wasn't getting an offer yet, and the Bayfront is no longer a hot spot, so I'm moving back to my normal center of town spot. Well, maybe that was the wrong choice to drive into the center of town, because I just got a great stacked order. Both pickups are from the south end of town. It's a really good offer. It's $10.75 for 2-point-something miles. It's two pickups from two restaurants that are very close to each other, Lucky Thai Elephant and Yummy Bowl. They're practically across the street from each other. And they're both going to the same customer. After accepting it, I got notification, customer names, order is ready for pickup, and I realized, I think I know who this is. It's probably a leave it at the door. I'm not even going to see the individual who I know. So I got both those orders picked up. The first one was ready. The second one only had like a 2-minute wait or something like that. Next up, after a slight wait, I got an offer from Momiji, about $5 for, I think it was 1.2 miles. That's not bad, especially when it's slow. It'll keep me moving. So the next offer I got was a stacked order from Lucky Thai Elephant. It's two orders from the same restaurant to two different customers, and the two customers are in complete opposite directions from each other. I got both orders picked up. It was very convenient that for me, they were both ready. I hope they hadn't been waiting long. But yeah, I just showed the guy on my screen which two orders I had. He pointed to the correct two on the counter. I took the receipt photos, collected them. They both fit in the same insulated bag. I didn't have to get the second one out of the trunk. And now I'm delivering the one to South Beach first. And then I'm going to deliver the one that's on the north end of town. Now this first one has delivery notes about how to find the apartment. If it's the apartment complex, I think it is. It is a little bit confusing. So good delivery instructions are always appreciated. Well, so I just got an add-on, an additional $5.75 for only a mile out of the way to also pick up from Barge Inn Tavern. So I'm assuming I'll be picking that up after the first drop-off, because that'll be most on the way. Oh, this is not the apartment building I thought it was. Oh, okay. Cool. I have not delivered to that apartment before, ever. And the instructions the person left were rather, I shouldn't say unhelpful, but they were confusing. And I don't want to say anything that will dox who this is or what the address is, because it's a small town, so I'm going to be careful about it. But suffice it to say, the instructions he gave did not match the apartment number where I could see it. So I followed his instructions. I thought about calling to confirm, which I probably would have done if I wasn't on a triple stack right now. Picked up from Bargain Tavern. Now let's juggle these orders. See if I can get them both in the insulated bag. I still have the other one from Lucky Thai Elephant I gotta deliver too. Yes, they both fit. Okay. Just dropped off from Bargain Tavern, and that house I just delivered to, just gonna throw out this friendly reminder in case you are a Dasher who needs to hear it. This guy had a screen door that opens outward. Don't put the food in front of the screen door. Make sure that there's room for the door to swing out. So I don't order on DoorDash very often because, I mean, there are lots of fees attached to it, and I'm trying to make money on the platform, not give them money, all of that stuff. But I do sometimes do it, and I think it's good as a Dasher to see the customer-facing side of the app, and I think it makes me a better Dasher having been a customer a couple of times. And I did have one occasion where I ordered groceries on DoorDash, and the Dasher placed them directly in front of my screen door. In her defense, it was an odd scenario, and I think she probably panicked. I was watching the map, the GPS tracker of where my Dasher was, and it looked like she had gone past my address and might need some assistance finding me. And so I was about to step out the door to go track her down and point her to where the house was, but as I was starting to open the door, I saw her walking up. So the door was ajar, and my dog was yelling at me because there was someone coming up to the door. So I would not be surprised if that just freaked her out, if she's afraid of dogs or whatever, and she didn't think that through. I'm not judging. I didn't complain. I didn't give her a bad rating or any of that. But I've been the customer in that situation. Anyway, still have one order from Lucky Thai Elephant to deliver. Still got to do that. Now, when I'm doing a drop-off, I usually try to park on the street if I can. I don't usually park in the driveway unless it's like an apartment complex or there's no street parking or there's like some unique situation. In this case, for this last customer of that triple stack, I did park in the driveway because it was a dead-end street and there was no turnaround really in this street. So I knew that my best bet at turning around was going to be using a driveway to turn around. Next up is a Burger King offer for $6.25, 1.7 miles. I had to wait a little bit to get this one. For a second, I thought the door was locked and I was going to have to go through the drive-thru, but it wasn't locked. It was just that the wind made the door not want to open. Just had to pull a little bit harder. Gonna take this one to another apartment building. Looks like it's gonna be second floor based on what I know of these apartments. And it's not like I mind climbing a flight of stairs with one bag of food. It's not gonna take me multiple trips. It's not like it's very heavy. I'm one of those people that would rather take the stairs than the elevator in most cases. Although when I'm delivering to a hotel, I usually do take the elevator just because they make the stairs so hard to find in these hotels. Next up, $5.75 for 2 miles from Taco Bell, going to the same apartment complex that I just delivered to. Oh, they might be closed. I might have to do the drive-thru here too. Lobby closed. Okay, gotta go through the drive-thru. Oh well.
Hi, thank you for choosing Taco Bell. Are you checking in with the mobile app today to earn rewards points?
No, thank you.
All right, get started for you.
I'm actually picking up DoorDash for...
All right, I'll let them know.
Thank you. Tell us what's causing your wait. Drive-thru busy. I'm also gonna send my customer a message. I'm gonna use speech to text. Hello, Taco Bell is drive-through only tonight, so it might take a little longer for me to get your order. There are 2 cars ahead of me, and then I will be on my way to you. Now I've got 1 car ahead of me in line. I don't know what's taking them this long, but that's okay. DoorDash has got my back. I never bring the camera into restaurants with me because I don't want to make people uncomfortable with me recording, but I always leave the camera in the car. I also don't film going up to customers' front doors because if I were a customer, that would piss me off. Since we're in the car, and the camera's only going to show me, it's not going to show the staff at all, I might as well share with you my interaction at the window. Hello. Do you need to see the screen? All right. All right, thank you so much. Have a good night. Got a new offer, $6.50 for 2.3 miles, if I remember correctly. It was shopping at Fred Meyer for 5 items. Not amazing, not cream of the crop, but it's not bad for the mileage. And Fred Meyer is usually really easy to shop at. That shopping order was, in fact, easy. I had no trouble finding anything. Did it pretty quickly. I don't really like how I bagged the items. Carton of eggs, and then there was like juice and some other stuff that was all heavy. But I didn't want to crush the eggs with the heavy stuff, but it was so uneven that I couldn't just put the eggs on top. So the eggs needed a separate bag, but now the other bag is just really heavy. But I didn't want to make them pay for a third bag, so there was no good way to do it. Anyway, I'm now going to make my 3rd delivery in a row to the same apartment complex. Now I have an offer from Momiji. It's a $6 offer, and this, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is going to get me past the $60 mark for tonight and the $100 mark for the day, because this is my 2nd shift of the day. It's past 8:30 at this point. I don't think it's going to get any better, and I had a really early start this morning with another contract, and I did not feel rested when I woke up, so I've been kind of tired all day, and I want to stop before I get sleepy. This is most likely going to be my last delivery of the night. I got that picked up. It was already ready. Got a drink carrier with 2 drinks and 2 bags of food. And one of them is such a clumsy shape. I don't think it's going to fit in the insulated bag. I think I'm just going to leave it on the seat. It's only a 4-minute drive. I think we'll be fine. And this is going to another hotel. And I think it is going to be on an upper floor. But I carry this all to the car in one trip. So I dropped that off at this hotel. And I was going to immediately log out, but they sent me another offer. It's a long distance one, and the pay's not bad for the distance. But I think it was Taco Bell, which means I'd have to go through the drive-thru again. And they might not have it ready because it said it was a catering order. And I'd have to go the distance to Depot Bay and then drive back. And I didn't really feel like doing that. I'd already said I was going to be done. So I stuck to my word and I declined it. I wish I had ended the dash just a second sooner so that I could have not had to use a decline on that. I ended up with $62.25 in approximately 3 hours. And by the time I get home, I will have driven about 43 miles, 44, something like that. So it'll be well over $1 a mile, not quite $1.50 a mile. I think that was a decent shift, about 20 an hour. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like what you see, feel free to click the like button, leave comments, subscribe, all of those things that the YouTube algorithm likes. Whenever the next video comes up, I'll see you in that next one. And until then, happy dashing.